7 July, 46th day on trail. Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, I believe. So I have now officially registered and entered the Shenandoah National Park. So for approximately the next 105 miles, I'll be going through the Shenandoahs. At the other end is, I guess, technically the halfway point to Harper's Ferry. So I stayed in Waynsboro last night, Stanimal's Hostel. That's the second Stanimal's I stayed at. Much preferred the one that Charlie ran in, is it Glasgow, something like that. But yeah, run or owned by the same guy, Adam. He was pretty cool. And then I actually got picked up at Rockfish Gap by Odie, the guy that runs the Hiker Yearbook. So that was pretty cool. He's out touring, spreading the word about the yearbook. So once I get a trail name, yeah, it's like 850 plus miles and I still don't have a trail name, I will submit my picture for the 2020 yearbook. And then when I summit Katahdin, if you summit, you get a second picture. So I'll submit that one as well once I'm there, if I get there. Today's goal, I'm not quite sure. Shenandoahs are supposedly easy hiking, I guess. At least they say 30-mile days are not uncommon. But it's a little after 7:30 now, so I'm looking. I just picked up a spot that was 20 miles out. I think that was Black Hut Shelter. I didn't look, but I'm assuming there's bear boxes, bear cables. The Shenandoahs are known for their bear activity. So hopefully I'll get some shots of some bears in the next week. Yeah, I think that's it. I did break a trekking pole 2 days ago, so I did. It's one of the main things I did in Waynesboro was get new poles. I did go ahead and get new shoes as well. The Ultra Lone Peak 4.5s this time, so hopefully I won't have the same issue with the sole splitting at the toes. So we'll see. But yeah, that's all I've got this morning. So I'm going to go down trail and see what the Shenandoahs have to offer. Those things of interest pop up, I will definitely jump on and capture them so I can share it with you. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Out. I'm not quite sure. That's the second type of fence like that I've come across. No idea what they're there for. They were both off to the side and obviously no longer used for anything, but so far the trail has not been too bad. Portions of it rocky. That's interesting. I don't know if that's an old trail, maybe an old service road of sorts. It says the AT's this way, so we'll go this way. But yeah, so far the trail hasn't been too bad. There was a little section there that was rather rocky, just to remind me that I'm still in Virginia and the rocks haven't gone away. So, but I'm assuming a lot of the trail is probably going to be cleared like this, going through such a popular park. But I could be completely wrong. So far it's been pretty uneventful. I mean, I've only been on trail less than an hour, so can't expect too much. I talked to a young lady at the hostel. She was talking about there was pretty much no sights, so that'll be interesting. I've heard so much about the Shenandoahs. I guess unless you're on the parkway. I know someone mentioned earlier in the other day, I guess, that most of the views are seen from the parkway. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sure not taking the parkway since it's not the AT. If I need to come back someday and drive through the parkway to see the splendors of Shenandoahs, that's what I'll do. But this time, whatever the AT has to show me is what I'll see. So we'll see you down trail. Well, it's spider webs again. Well, it's interesting. There's so many split offs here. I mean, they're not labeled, so I honestly don't know if they're old routes of the AT. Yeah, there's a blaze. It's kind of worn, but yeah. I mean, like I said, we're still less than an hour in, and I think that's like the third split off. So I guess I could probably make the assumption that there's going to be quite a bit of those. I didn't look at the overall. There was a pamphlet at the registration kiosk, but I didn't look. But I'm sure there's plenty of other trails here in the Shenandoahs to hike. So that could be what those are. Like I said, old portions of the AT. And the first portion of the day was uphill. I say portion, but like I said, it's been less than an hour. But then, oh shoot, that hurt. And now apparently we're going downhill already. Oh, that's, I can't zoom out any further than that. But I like rocks, as we all know. Okay. Yeah, if I keep jumping on here this often, this video will be very long today. See you down track. And here we are again. Those has to be some kind of service road. Of course, I don't know, it's too small for a car. Yeah, it looks too big for a trail, but I guess over the years, maybe that's why they reroute it. Let it close back up. I don't know. I guess we're coming out on someone's private property, or in between. No trespassing violators will be prosecuted. Fence with vehicles. There's just a parking spot along the parkway. The sun's in my eyes, so I can't see what the blazes are. I mean, there's one of the famous fences I enjoy. There's a way to get through over there, but why would we go everywhere, stay steady, everything, fear nothing. This doesn't have a blaze on it, but I'm assuming it's the intended crossing. There's a blaze over there on the mailbox. Yep. Interesting, a vehicle. I don't know, unofficial parking spot. Stay off the grass. McCormick Gap, elevation 2,434. Yeah. I was gonna see if there was water under that overpass, but oh well. McCormick Gap, elevation 434. Stopping, get a picture. And back in we go. Well, it's like I think 9:30. we're making progress. Quite a bit of uphill, but it's already hot as heck out here at 9:30. It's gonna be interesting once high noon hits. I didn't check the weather, so I'm not sure what the temperature is supposed to be today. We'll see. So, we got a propane tank. Oh, here another. See, guess it's another. I got to wonder. That doesn't look like your standard cell phone tower to me. Radio frequencies. Hazardous. Interesting. Wonder who, what, etc. we're transmitting. We is in Virginia. It's interesting. It's gonna get real interesting real quick with the heat. If a lot of the Shenandoahs are in the open like this, it's we keep going back and forth between pretty much being covered. I don't know if I haven't looked at gut hooks much, but we keep going in and out of little areas like this. We're just straight exposed to the sun, which, I mean, we'll deal with it. I did hear there was a lady that left her tramley and came back to the hostel last night, or yesterday afternoon, late afternoon. She was slack packing, but she commented on the lack of water, how dry it was out here. I haven't come across the first documented water source yet, but we'll see. I mean, normally I've been going 9+ miles between hydration stops anyways. And if there's no documented water, that's when I'll start drinking out of my bottles that I carry. But we'll see. I'm sure that will change as the weather warms up and the humidity increases. And that's also mostly in the forest. So if we're gonna be in and out of the sun a lot, I'm sure my hydration needs will go up significantly. Now that's what I'm talking about. We've got some, yeah, I don't know what you want to call that. What y'all think? Yeah, satellite dish, or not satellite, cell phone towers. What y'all thinking? RFS. Let me get up here. I can't see what the damn thing says. The sun's straight up in my eyes. RFS. No trespassing. Electrified. Is that an electric fence? No. I don't know. I'm so sure doesn't look like any cell phone towers I've ever seen. waves. I don't see any government signs. I don't know. Radio frequency field beyond this point may exceed FCC general public exposure limits. They all posted signs. Interesting. And then over here, looks like what we've got leftover playground equipment. This one, I mean, they're chairs. Is that the AT? Yeah. I guess that's most likely a service road coming up to service this stuff. There's a little rabbit in the trail. I don't know. He seems oblivious. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, it's hard to watch the camera and not trip, but yeah, he finally saw me and decided to move on. Now if I can just get a bear to stand still that long, that would be awesome. I don't know if this is, there was a meadow documented. I'm assuming this is the meadow / parking. Yeah, another service road of sorts, or a driveway. So hard telling, I guess. Porta Potties Road. Yep, this is gonna be the meadow. We'll go all the way up through there. We keep going back and forth between the types of gates we want to use. These little V ones are nice as long as they're not so narrow I can't fit through them with my pack. I'm just gonna call the Shenandoahs the place of two paths. I swear it's like every time I turn around, there's a second route or two options. The other one is not marked as the AT. Like I said, the only thing I can assume is that it's the old AT. I'm not seeing any signs. And when I say old, I mean just like one of the reroutes. But both of them seem to be well established, so I'm not sure. This should be Little Calf Mountain, according to gut hooks. I don't know. It's got a view icon, so I'm assuming there's gonna be a view up here. Looks like we're in a meadow as well. I don't know if that's them. Surely that's not where I just came from. All those antennas over there. Looks identical. What the heck are we doing? Walk around in a circle. Summit, Little Calf Mountain. It's interesting, all the fire pits I'm seeing, considering there was a sign saying no open fires. Maybe in a pit it's not considered open. I don't know if that's fog or what over there. But I'll be damned, those. I don't know. Surely I didn't just walk from over there. I guess maybe I did. I don't know. It has to be where I just came from. Okay. So yeah, Little Calf Mountain. And then thankfully it looks like we're going back into the woods. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. At least a little bit of coverage. I'm not quite sure if there's some kind of significance to this pile of rock or not, I don't know. Or if it's just people stacking rocks. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is by one of these geological markers, but that means absolutely nothing to me. My assumption is it's just people stacking rocks. Oh well. Well, here's the first water source. Almost 7.5 miles on the trail. I may regret it, but I'm going to pass it up. There's supposed to be another water source 0.6 miles down trail. Yeah, like I said, hopefully I don't regret it and the next water source is actually flowing. But I guess I should probably look before I get too far. But it looked like it was pretty much straight or closer to the trail instead of doing a 0.2 quarter mile off trail and back. So we'll see. Yep, we'll see you down trail. We should be coming out across some power lines here. Historically, there's usually pretty good views. That's interesting. Odd. I don't know if they're trying to grow specific trees. Maybe, I don't know, grow some kind of a ridge line. Just a line of trees, I guess. All the way down, there's it's like two rows of these things on either side of the trees are already there. A lot over here too. That's interesting. Wow. It's the first time I've actually seen that. I don't know. Odd that they're trying to grow them if they're trees so close to the power line. You would think that would only cause issues in the future. Well, this is the water source. It's better than nothing, I guess. So I'm gonna see what I can get out of here, and see if I should be able to get enough to hydrate for a while out of it. Well, it sounds like the Potomac ATC club may be out doing some trail maintenance. I hear either a weed eater or a chainsaw. It sounds like, yeah, it's a weed eater. That is awesome to see. It's definitely nice to see the maintainers authorized to be back out here maintaining the trail. That's just awesome. Yep. To the maintainers out here going absolutely crazy with some weed eaters. That's just awesome. They agree with me. It's already hot. It's closer to 11 now. It's actually not as hot as I thought it was going to be, at least here in the covered forest. Maybe as the day goes on, it'll heat up. Like I said, I failed to check the news this morning to see what the temperatures and everything were actually going to be today. But oh well. I don't know if they've done the entire trail or just this section, but it's going to be a nice walking, at least for a little while. See you down trail. Well, this is a little further down next to a documented spring. It's flowing a little. This is like the third water option on trail. This is the one with the sign that says spring. I don't know, maybe the other one's what's left of a stream. Spring, let's see if I get my camera to work here. Spring, which this thing's almost, I mean, it's got water coming out of it, so being patient, you could get enough out of there, or scoop. Like I said, there's the one right over there where those rocks, someone's been stacking rocks, had a decent little stream coming down it. So there's definitely water out here. So I don't know, maybe it was a storm that rolled through yesterday that fed them, making them flow today. Like I said, the young lady that came back to the shelter, the hostel last night, said these were all just mud yesterday. Or it may have been the day before she was out here. Maybe it was 2 days, but it was yesterday afternoon when she got back to the hostel. So we'll see. Maybe the water sources aren't going to be as bad as she made it sound to be. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Make sure we hydrate often when we see a good source. We'll see you down trail. Oh, and the trail maintainers apparently had just gotten down trail. It was less than 100 yards that they had done, so I've crossed a service road and we're back. I mean, the trail's still not bad. Definitely some of the other ones were worse. So, no complaints. Oh, well, and here we go. Here's another, I don't know if it's another service road. Yeah, like I said, look, the stream comes all the way down here. So, as I definitely looks like there's water sources here, and definitely multiple ways to get in and out if you run into issues. Okay, we'll see you down trail. I'm not sure what other views we're gonna get, so trying to take advantage of the ones I do see. There is apparently a lookout up ahead, but it's a mile off trail. So I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. I'll see when we get there. The only comments from 2018 who said it wasn't worth the quote-unquote climb. So I'm not sure, since it's a blue blaze, Guthooks doesn't show elevation for it. So we'll see. That'll add two miles to my day. I had a 20-mile day planned. So far it's been pretty easy. I'm technically a mile ahead, speed distance wise, if you average 2 miles an hour. So we'll see. I mean, it's not like I got anything else going on. Trying to plan something for the other end of the Shenandoahs, but I'm waiting to hear back. So once I get more details on that, I'll talk about it. But if I can't make it work, I don't want discuss it and then have to back out of it. So we'll see. The two pictures and gut hooks of this side trail look nice. I just, again, trying to justify 2 additional miles for a view, but we may do it. Like I said, we'll see how I feel when I get to the turn off for that blue blaze. We'll see you down trail. Some kind of a parking lot overlook area. Cumulative trail or tail talks about the plant life around. Pretty good view over here. Trash. People, even in people drive up, they can't keep their trash off the freaking ground. Awesome view. Okay, we're gonna go. When I came out of the woods, I didn't see exactly where the trail went. I didn't see any white blazes across the street. But Gut Hook says it's over here somewhere. So we'll go find it. See what the trail has for us. So this is the Blue Blaze to Turk Mountain Summit. Sign, Gut Hook says 1 mile, the sign says 0.9. The comment in Gut Hook says it's not worth the climb. That was from 2018. It didn't look like there were any comments since. But looking at the elevation difference between the summit and the turnoff in Gut Hooks, they don't show the elevation chart since it's a Blue Blaze, but according to that, it's only a 300-foot difference, or 320 some feet. So spread across 9.9 or 1 mile. I'm not sure what the comment means, not worth the climb. So I've decided to go ahead and do it. So this will add basically an hour to my day, depending on the view and how much time I spend up there. So we'll see. Hopefully it's worth it. I just find it odd that there's no comments about it since 2018. So we'll see at the end of the Blue Blaze here when we get up there. I'll jump back on. Oh, and just for the record, I have encountered a few more bears. But yeah, they keep running off. There's hopefully at some point I can get one to stand still or not hear me and let me see it first, so I have a chance. But I would like to at least have a picture of something other than a bear's ass running away from me. So yeah, that's it. Of course, so far this Blue Blaze has been downhill, so maybe that's what they meant, not worth the climb. All I can do is look at the elevation difference between point A and point B. So maybe there's a lot of down to make a lot of up, and then it's going to be a lot of up coming back up. So we'll see. Either way, we've started going down it, so we'll finish. We'll see you at the end. Okay, I'm gonna have to slow down. I think I'm almost to the top of this thing, but I can't breathe and talk at the same time. So I just, again, I just passed a lady on trail. She saw me coming. She did. And she turned around, started walking the other way, put a fucking face mask on, then stepped to the side of the trail, kept her back towards me as I came up and passed her. And I was just like, I don't understand these people. I don't know. Yeah, So yeah, I'm just sharing yet again. There's people that feel the need to still wear a mask out here in the forest. Understand, okay, social distance. You're gonna walk by someone, just turn around. The mask is useless. It's doing you no good. So, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. So I'm gonna get off here so I can breathe and try to get up here. I really hope the view is good, because right now I am questioning if it was worth the climb myself. So we'll see you at the top. So we're at the summit of Turk Mountain, elevation 2,981 feet. Basically a 1 mile blue blaze off the Appalachian Trail. Last comment in Gut Hook says it wasn't worth the trip because there's nowhere to sit, enjoy. That was in 2018. I had to question part of the way up if it was worth it. I don't know. It's a view. I guess it depends, right? Hike your own hike. Depends on your goals. Depends on if you're pressed for time. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's a nice view. Was it worth a mile? I don't know. I would say maybe if I was earlier in the year and the foliage wasn't fully grown up and I had a better open view, it may be even worth it more. We'll see what's over here. But overall, I would say it was worth it. I'm not in any huge rush today. So like I said, this will add basically an hour at least, depending on how much time. Oh, hell, wait a minute. Hell yeah. Now, I don't know how you can say that wasn't worth it. Come the rest of the way up. Yeah. Oh, looky, we got, if he comes up, we got a hawk over there that coming to see us, I think. Yeah, like I said, this side's kind of covered by some trees. I may need to go grab my backpack because this is definitely the area to be over here. But yeah, I don't know what the kid meant in 2018. Said there's no place to sit. There's tons of rocks, spots to sit and enjoy the view. How I just don't. That's definitely worth it. Okay, I'm gonna go do something with my backpack so a bear doesn't get it. Just a little more footage here. Again, I don't know how someone can say this wasn't worth the climb. Again, I mean, depending on your goal and what you got going on. But I'm in no hurry today. I'm walking around with a 40-pound pack. And I think it was worth it for me personally. But, you know, again, to each their own. So, well worth the view in my opinion. And I'll make sure I document that in Gut Hooks so the next fella doesn't pass this up based off of a 2+ year-old comment. So, okay, I'm gonna start my way back down. So we'll see you guys back on the Appalachian Trail when I get done up here and hike the mile back. So see you down track. So I just passed another day hiker wearing a bandana around his face. Oh, I don't know. I sure didn't read the fine print for the Shenandoahs, but I don't recall seeing anywhere in the big print. Not that I bothered to read that either, that masks were required. Oh well. Also stopped and talked to a couple other section hikers. Professor and Socks, father-son duo, just out doing the, I guess the fishbowl loop, fishbowl section, fish gap section. I'm assuming through the Shenandoahs. So, oh well, I just thought I'm back on the AT, winded. Somehow I went warp speed coming back off that Blue Blaze. But yeah, the other guy in the bandana / mask is what prompted me to get back on and voice my opinion again. But oh well, I will do my thing. Everyone else can do their thing. I'll see you guys down trail. First attempt at a green tunnel here in the Shanties. Pretty good. I'm debating on my plans. Original plan was to stop, I forget the name of the hub, but it was a 20-mile day. Professor says I shouldn't stop, I should keep going. However, I got to take a closer look. It looked like, I don't know, I don't think it's legal or I think it's against the rules to camp, stealth camp in the Shanties. Maybe I'm just pulling that out of my ass, I don't know. But I think the next possible place was a campsite past the first shelter. And I think it said it was 14 miles from where I'm at. So I don't know. That would be approximately 7 hours if I just go with my normal 2 mile an hour average. Which based off pictures and whatnot, I can usually do better than that. But with the pictures and videos, that's usually what it turns out to be overall for the day. But then there's also another lookout coming up, which is again another mile off trail. So I gotta figure out what the point is. Is it more important to see the sights, or more important to make my way down trail? I love seeing sights, but I'm also I can't go a mile off trail for every sight that comes up, or I will never make it down trail. So we'll see. I'm gonna, if I stop at some point, I gotta stop to hydrate. I don't know if there's a junction coming up. Apparently a week ago there was Trail Magic with water. That comment said the next water source is 6.6 miles. So I'm assuming that's probably the shelter that I was planning on staying at. We'll see. Plans may be a changing. I just thought I'd update that while I was going through the green tunnel. Interesting how branches just crack and hang. I guess they hit the ground and support themselves. Okay, I'm gonna keep making my way down track, and I'll come back as if anything of interest pops up. That does not look like a natural layout of limbs and branches to me. Yeah, not natural at all. It's 16:30. We are basically three and a half miles, I'll say, from the shelter that I think I'm gonna stay at. But I currently find myself on another blue blaze for Calvary Rocks, which is gonna add yet again another 2 miles to my day. So my 20-mile day is now turned into a 24-mile day, with only 20 of them being official 18 miles. So I'm gonna come down here and check it out. Hopefully it's worth the side trip, just like the first one. The first one was worth it. The only entry in Gut Hooks is that there's some stealth campsites. So stealth camping, I don't know. I guess that could be against the rules, but I guess that kind of goes with the word stealth. I'll evaluate. There's just no water, so I need to get to that shelter to get water. I've already drinking half a liter from one of my bottles, from my half-liter bottle. So I probably, just from that alone, I probably shouldn't go down this trail, but with the shelter, with a supposed water source just 3 miles away, these 2 miles shouldn't have that big of an impact on me. Yeah, we'll see. I was trying to see if I could go further than that shelter, but with these 4 additional miles, I may just not feel it. And I'm not seeing why people think the Shenandoah's 30 miles would be easy. I mean, I think I could definitely push it. It would help if it wasn't hot and there were more water sources. And if I would stop taking these mile-long side trails. I haven't looked, but hopefully all the sites in the Shenandoahs are not all a mile off trail. If they are, I think I've already decided there's a lot of them I won't be seeing. I can't be making a mile trip offline or off trail every time there's a view. Like I said, if I do that for every view, I won't make it through the Shenandoahs. So hopefully that's not the case for the rest. But we'll see. So I'll jump back on when we get to the end of this mile, so we can check that view out. And then other than that, I'll jump on if something of interest pops up. Hopefully down further, the actual AT. I don't think there's any other side routes, so we'll see. Oh, we're up at Calvary Rocks now. Again, this was another blue blaze, 1 mile off the AT. Yeah. Let's see. I always do things the hard way. Keep your pack on as you explore, Mike. Nice view. I'm really having to question whether or not these are worth the 1 mile sidetracks, though. Unfortunately, I hate to question that, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if this goes somewhere else. There's more to see or what? I don't know. Okay, I just turned around. There's nothing on gut hooks further down, so I don't know if that's a different trail. It may be. I thought I saw another trail name on the sign coming up here, but I really like that tree. But yeah, so I'm gonna head back down. Unfortunately, most of the blaze coming out here was downhill, which means most of it's going to be uphill for me going back. But it also feels, the sky's not looking like it, but it feels like there may be a storm or rain, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't say storm. Something in the air tells me it's gonna rain. So hopefully, well, I like the fact that it's gonna drop the temperature, but I'd rather not get wet first day back out on trail. So I'm gonna try to get back on the AT so I can make best time down track, or best speed down track, the 3.5 miles, basically a little over 4 miles I have now, since I have to do this mile back to the AT to get to the shelter. It looks like the shelter is a double-decker, bare poles, the works. So yeah, I think I'm definitely just gonna call it and stay there tonight. I could push forward and try to find a stealth site, or I can look at the next campsite, but if it's raining, I don't want to have to set up my tent. Like I said, I have no real reason to push anything hard today. Then with these two blue blazes, adding additional 4 miles that I wasn't planning on, I think is more than sufficient for the day. So I'm gonna get off here and we'll see you back on the AT somewhere out. Across the road, nice stone wall here. So we should be approximately half a mile from the shelter uphill. So I'm assuming it's up there on top of that peak. Yeah. So I'll jump back on as we approach the shelter, and then probably abruptly end because there's gonna most likely be people there. So we'll see. So I'll see you up at the shelter. Blackrock Hut in Spring, 0.2 miles. That's like the best thing I've heard all day. I just hope the water's flowing. That'll be the first thing I do is hydrate. I am like destroyed. I can't believe there's only been one water source basically since I started. So I started, I think it was somewhere around mile 8.5, somewhere around there, where I went by well, it was a second water source. The first one was too far off trail at a shelter, so I didn't want to go. But even that was less than a mile from the second source. I think it was like a half mile difference. So mile 8.5, and we are 23.66 miles now. And this is going to be the only other water source that has been on trail. So 18 miles, 18, yeah, approximately 18 miles between water sources, so that tells me I need to hydrate better when I do find water. It tells me not to pass up a hydration source, and it tells me I need to drink the water that I'm carrying with me. I still have a full liter with me that I haven't touched, so I drank half a liter. Yeah, so I definitely need to start using that water for what it's worth. And when I run by one of these little stores or whatever through the Shenandoahs, it tells me I may want to purchase another liter of water to carry with me. I'll take a look at tomorrow's route a little better, see if there's more water sources at least listed. It's one thing if they're listed and they're just dry. This literally, they just weren't freaking listed. So, I mean, there's just nothing. So, okay, well, I'll jump on. This is like a 0.2 mile. Oh, screw it. I'll leave it recording. And I'll cut some of this out when I'm not talking. Yep, there's people down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off now. Here's a bear box. Interesting. It said there were 2 bear poles here. Looks like someone's tenting. A couple people are tenting. We'll see. I'm gonna shut this down since there's people here. So I'll talk to you tomorrow.